Hello guys, welcome to another session of Adobe Photoshop graphic design tutorial for absolute beginners. I'm going to be your driver again for this session. And just for a quick recap, in our last session we mentioned the quick selection tool and how it operates in Photoshop. Alright, now in this session we are going to focus on the crop tool and also the eyedropper tool. So without wasting time, let's get started. So how do we go to the crop tool? With the crop tool, you just come here and then that is it. You have a certain border around your image, around your canvas. Yes, that's it. So now let's say, how do you use, in fact, this particular tool, I know most of you use it on your phones, I mean your smartphones, so you already know how it operates. But just for a quick high level overview, I would like to tell you how it works. Now if you want to use this tool, you just send your mouse cursor to one side, or maybe the top here, any angle, wherever you want to work with. You can just send it and then click and then drag it to a desirable size. Now this tool helps us to resize our canvas size in Photoshop. Okay, it helps us to resize the canvas. For instance, you have set your canvas size to a size way bigger than you want, and then you want to resize it. It's a quicker way of resizing our canvas size. Or maybe you have dropped an image in Photoshop straight without putting it on the canvas, and you want to adjust that image. This is a very quicker way of reduce or working with that. All right, that is fine. You can do it this way. Just drag it and then hit the check mark here, then you're done. Now let's undo that real quick. Control Z to undo. And then I want to show you something. If you have a specific ratio in mind, or a specific size that you want to size, or you want to create, you can just come here and then give it maybe the size, maybe 10 by 10. You say 10, then you hit here, you can enter here 10 too. You see Photoshop has already resized it for us over here. Okay, good. So that, guys, that is it about the crop tool. Now let's move straight to the eyedropper tool. So let's hit check my dot. Okay, let me undo this real quick. Okay, fine. Now the eyedropper tool, where do we get the eyedropper tool? Here is the eyedropper tool, and it is here. Now you can right click to see this eyedropper tool is also in a group, and then it's in this particular group is a lot. But these three here, you're really not going to need it as a beginner. And also this one here, you may not need this as a beginner. You may be needing this as a beginner, but I'm not going to talk about it. What I'm going to focus on is the first one, which you might be using most of the time as a beginner. Okay, good. Now guys, I also want to make mention of something that I need your full attention here. And the concept I'm about to introduce is going to be maybe a little bit. I can't really talk about it. I can't really explain the eyedropper tool without going a little bit advanced. Okay, so I need your full attention, and I'm very sorry because things are about to get a little giggy, and I need your full attention. All right, now let's get started with this. Fine. How do we use the eyedropper tool? The eyedropper tool, majority of the times, is used in picking colors, kind of like sampling colors that you want to use. For instance, you are working with a designer and you've seen a very nice design online, and you want to use. You can import that design and use the eyedropper tool to select it. But for now, though, I'm going to use the eyedropper tool in conjunction with some of the selection methods to use. And the required selection tool that I'm going to use for this session is going to be the quick selection tool. All right, good. So I've just clicked on it, and now I want to use the quick selection tool. Now for now, we are going to select the white space here. Okay, we want to fill this white space with a desired color that we want. Okay, fine. We want to fill this white space with this section. Okay, now as I've selected it, there are many ways you can do it. You can actually use the eyedropper tool to select a specific color that you want. For instance, let's say we want to fill this space here with this color. So I'm going to click on it. Now, after clicking on it, if you want to be sure that the color you have selected the color you have chosen is being selected, just check this little preview here. You will see that the color have changed. Now, keep your eye here as I select another color. Let's say I've selected white. You can see that this place have changed, right? Let's say I've selected let me use another, I don't know, let's say I've selected this black here. You see that has changed, right? Good. Now we are selecting this place, the same thing. Now after selecting, now we have picked that color. Photoshop has automatically recognized that we have selected that color. All right, now we are going to our quick selection tool. Click it. Now come back here. And then remember, I told you that once you make a selection, automatically it is going to select, it will try to sample pixels that are of the same or similar color. Okay, now, so that's the simplest explanation I can give you. I don't want to start talking about pixels and some other stuff. Okay, so now let's select it. You see, we have selected this aspect. Okay, good. Now we want to fill this aspect with this color that we have used our color picker to select. Okay, so we have used our eyedropper tool to select. So now I'm going to right click here. Now come down to this aspect and select fill. Now make sure your title bar is of the name fill. Okay, if you don't see fill, it means you have selected the wrong thing. Let's cancel it and redo it again. Right click and come to fill. Make sure, once again, I'm telling you, make sure this title bar is filled in the panel here. Now over here, use foreground color. Use foreground color, or there are other colors here. Now what we are interested in right now is the foreground color, because it's the first one we can see over here. So it's the foreground color that we are interested in using over here. So now if you don't see the foreground color, just click this arrow and then have the drop down here and then select it. Mostly it's going to, the first one will be the foreground color. Now let's check it. Boom, you could see that the color have been, this particular selection has been filled, right? Good. So that is in a nutshell how this tool, the eyedropper tool, can be used in conjunction with the quick selection tool, or one of the selection tools that you have here. That's in a nutshell how it can be used in conjunction with it. Guys, you can actually experiment with this particular tool, and then you can also tell me, drop in the comment section if you don't understand anything. I'll be very, very glad, or we will be very, very glad to assist you with it. Until now, that is it for this session, and then until then, I think next time we are going to look at the healing tools in Photoshop. This side, we are going to look at this tool, and then until then, that is it for now. See you another time. Bye.